from today going forward, I think if you did not get it, you will never get it. Like, come to think of it, right? As of today, Ntanzi have cleared his name. Not unless you are such a dumb person, you wouldn't have noticed that. Oh, guys, come on. Have you heard Uram Sipile? Pa, pa, pa. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Wait, have I just said the Ramsipile? Ntanzi himself, pa, 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 to Usbanda. Wait a minute, Ntanzi. Well, you have advocate see, pa, pa, pa. Gumnis. Oi, we think I'm joking. Look, Umnisi stood up and had a very interesting objection. In that objection, Uti Umnisi, right? Uti Umnisi, listen. When the purpose of cross-examining something and the reason of you standing here cross-examining Undanzi is to assist the court so the court can come to a just and equitable decision as the court will make its finding at the end of the case. Your responsibility is not to trick Ntanzi, and it is not to represent a side or being seen to be so lenient and you are so close to a certain side. That which Nisi was speaking about, little did he know that Advocate Ramsipile was working something. He had noticed that, oh, these people are reading everything else except the things that incriminate their client or accept the things that will make their client look bad, because clearly at this moment they represent all the witnesses there. They are there to defend Mjiyako. They are there to defend all the other ones. Speaking of Mjiyako, I'm glad something is going to happen. Danzi Uti, you know, when it comes to Mjiyako, I need an assistance to get this man behind bars because he was not there to represent me. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you think I'm joking here? Today, Begulit, you know, there's a song that goes like, we can debil it. Undanzi was like, I'm gonna give you a pre-weekend. You know, Nomram Sipile, Nomnisi. They were like, you know what? We're gonna give you this pre-weekend where we're gonna make it rain before the actual season. And I know for a fact that in this YouTube channel we're gonna make it rain. And why do I think we will make it rain? It is because if you are not yet subscribed, what are you waiting for? Come on, good people, because to subscribe it is free, to like the video it is free, to comment in the comment section below it is free of charge, to click the notification bell it is free of charge, to share this video it is free of charge, to watch this video until the end it is free of charge. Also, good people, come on, to watch the ads it's free of charge, and that's how you financially contribute to this YouTube channel. Speaking about financially contribution to the channel, you can become a member of this YouTube channel from as little as 20 Rand a month. You can also use the super thanks button. In case you don't want to do that, guys, there is a way where you can use my media company banking details to donate to the channel, and you know what I'm saying, we'll bring you more, and also guys want to buy more equipment. So the power is in your hands. Please do the honorable thing as we proceed with, you know what I'm saying, with that being said, as us making it rain in this YouTube channel, guys, look, questions that were asked here was, can you kindly explain, Ntanzi, this is a cross-examination by Ramsipile. Ramsipile, can you explain the issue of you, Mjiyako, and what you wanted to do with Mjiyako? And then Ntanzi says, wait, I have always stated categorically clear that I need an assistant to get this man arrested. We were like, Ntanzi, what are you doing, man? And we're like, yeah, we told them when Ntanzi that you were never among the people who were in that house. First of all, the DNA expert coming from the South African Police Service cleared you from that. their doctor, the one who's the dentist, clearly stated you did not have the gold tooth. I think they needed to get an expert, an hair expert. Even that expert would have cleared you that you did not have drugs. So now and we've been believing you, but others who are stubborn, wanting to believe the lies, they continued with their delusional. But today, even the ones who are more deluded, they know for a fact that Ntanzi was never part of it. For the fact that Mr. Mjiyako, there's a day that is coming from Mjiyako, and I cannot wait for the day where I shall come here and report saying breaking news, a case has been opened against Mr. Mjiyako. And guess what? I also think a lawsuit will happen, or Mr. Mjiyako will soon get the lawsuit. And you think I'm joking? It is because of the things that Ntanzi posed and say, wait, I hear you are to bring this concept of Mr. Mjiyako, blah, blah, blah. He asks simple, basic, yet fundamental questions. Please help me understand this. Who hired Mr. Mjiyako? Who paid him? Right? I want to know who called him, who hired him, who paid him. And I also want to know for a fact that, wait, in court, I had problems. When did he represent me as I complained about being assaulted? If you remember vividly, Mr. Mjiyako didn't waste time. If you go into the records of Ntanzi, when he was saying that he wants a legal aid lawyer, he said, this lawyer wants me to confess. You think I'm joking? Go and check the records will speak for itself. Mr. Mjiyako had always wanted the man to confess for sins he never committed. This same Mr. Mjiyako, by the way, who, as confirmed by the South African Police Service, was working with the South African Police Service up until 2016, and now Gininda doesn't know him, suddenly works with Ntanzi, mysteriously, nobody hired him, then he wants Ntanzi to confess to a crime that Ntanzi never committed, which I stand here and I will tell you this, I believe that Ntanzi never committed that crime. Well, I know a lot of people will talk, will write whatever they want to write in the comments. And some of those people, by the way, who are writing these nonsense comments and whatever they are writing on our, whatever they are saying about us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube as well. I feel like the others, they are hired to say all those things. And we're not going to stop them. Continue. But also there's another strategy that I've seen which is so super annoying, right? When Nisi was objecting, have you noticed this? There's something that I find it funny. This lawyer has got a tendency of asking all the questions, leaving the most important questions. And then he will try and frustrate you, then come to the point and then take a try. If you look at his questions during the cross-examination from the day where he began with Ntanzi, like, let's be honest, guys. Now you are in trouble. You find yourself on the other side of the law. You need a lawyer. Will you honestly say, you know what? There's a man I know. His name is Banda. He was on the Senzo Mjiyako case. By the way he represents himself, do you think that you will feel like, you know what, you want him? No, I don't feel like that man understands that being on that case, he also need to advertise the law faculty. He also need to appetize people about the importance of having a lawyer. I said it on my other video that, you know, looking at the performance of the defense, right, I'm so impressed with their performance. They have appetized us. You know, now we understand the importance of having a lawyer, right? Because just by observing them, the way they conduct themselves, like, let me give an example here. Now, you will notice that every time the state, our Baloi, will keep giving them information in drips and drops, as Advocate Mnisi will say that the information is coming in drips and drops, right? Despite the fact that they are given information in drips and drops, they still perform I don't know, like they outperform everything. These guys, they perform, they do whatever it takes, regardless of the circumstances that the state has been subjecting them into. Like I told you the other time, that the reason they are giving them information earlier, it is because they don't want them to go through the information the proper way, see the mistakes. That, look, if I'm giving you information now and I say sign now, chances are I know that there are things that if you were sober and if you were in your sober senses, you wouldn't have signed here. If I give you a document now and say sign here, you must know that that person is hiding something. That is exactly what the state has been doing. So the defense will always try and make sure that they read the document in that short space of time. But then you look, so before we get into this one, so if you look at their performance in general, you will always be appetized and you'll be like, wow, these people are actually performing, right? You just don't have the appetite to hire Usbanda. Now I can simply say, even if my chickens were taken to court, I will never ask Usbanda to come and represent my chickens, because wow. We are not saying because he's on the other side, right? The side that we don't favor, the side of Baloyi, right? We are not saying he shouldn't perform. We want him to, though he's on the other side, but we want the law, what can I say? He needs to show us that he's a lawyer at the end of the day. He will be a lawyer after this case. So during the case, show your abilities. Show this thing, advertise us, advertise yourself, right? That you are such a lawyer. But what we saw is just a mediocre, right? Speaking about mediocre, have you guys noticed something, right? I was looking, there's something strange about Gininda, right? I'm just bringing Gininda because obviously they're on Gininda's side. Have you noticed that most cases where there is Brigadier Gininda, he always testify and cameras will always not be allowed to testify where there is Brigadier Gininda? That's why it's so difficult to find a video of Brigadier Gininda. You will always find audios and everything about Brigadier Gininda, but you will never find a video where he was testifying. Never. And then the second thing that I've noticed as well is the fact that have you noticed as well? There's a train of thought. And there's some, should I call it accident? I don't know. But I kind of feel like, this is so strange. I almost forgot this point, right? Going back to what happened today, which made me so excited. Usbanda, he reads everything except the part when Tanzi said, it is on record, right? He reads everything in the record. He leaves the part when Tanzi says, I want an assistant to open a case for these people. You know why he leaves that? Because Ntanzi, by admitting that he wants assistance, it means that he cannot do it himself. So the questions that have been posed to Ntanzi, that was there a case open against the people that assaulted you, it is qualified by the record that came in court to say, where I am at this particular juncture, I am in no way, or I have no access, or I cannot open a case even against the people that tortured me, like Brigadier Gininda, Mohwane, the list goes on. I know Mohwane didn't participate, but the fact that he was there and never stopped them, he participated. The law says you are a police. Where you see criminal activity, you act. Even when the police is in private uniform, he must act, right? That's why the other time I said, guys, a police will arrest you in private uniform. You will commit a crime, and a certain police is visiting Cape Town. You commit a crime in Cape Town, he will arrest you, take you to the nearest police station, and then continue with his chain. A police, you respect a police whether they are off or on duty. So Mohane is as guilty as those who participated. But the bottom line is that Ntanzi does not, or the records state that Ntanzi did not have the power within himself to open a case against all those that electrocuted him, those who tortured him, those who misrepresented him, who did not have a mandate from Dance. That's why he needed an assistance. I hope you get the concept here. An assistance. He couldn't have done it for himself. So once that question, or if Usbanda had brought that to court, he knew that it is going to nullify his questions. Oi, Uramsepilo, what? You know what? I am going to take it from the tail end. You know what I'm saying? And start where Banda had finished and recross-examine Untanzi. And today, where we saw, we will sleep a peaceful sleep. You know what I'm saying? Just like when Malema spoke and say, we are cruising nicely here. You know, we can safely say we are cruising nicely. Okay, you didn't hear this. We are cruising nicely. As of today, from what happened today in court, I can say, from what I have seen, I wouldn't understand if the judge will come into a different conclusion than that of saying, Ntanzi, my man, you said you had how many children? This is me responding, Ntanzi. 3, my lord. Oh, okay, Ntanzi, please go back home. You said you left them where? Where are those children? My lord, Baganongo. Wait, Ntanzi, pack your bags, go back home. You have nothing to do with the death of Senzo Meyiwa on the basis of the evidence that has been produced before this court. That's what I will say. But you know what I'm saying. You know how it goes. So the judge, we are waiting to see. The judge will come to which conclusion. But based on the evidence, I still say, based on the evidence placed before court from the beginning up until today, I see nothing that implicate all of these accused, from accused number 1 to accused number 5. Right, I see nothing. Lastly, on that matter, right, I can conclude on the basis of everything that have just transpired in court that the confessions will not be admissible in court based on what I've seen. And let me explain something to people. People don't understand. It is the responsibility of the state to prove its case beyond reasonable doubt, but also it is the responsibility of the defense to poke doubts. They don't need to prove the innocence of their clients, but they need to prove doubts in the evidence produced by the state. So in conclusion, as I close this video, I'm going to ask you this simple question. Based on the evidence brought before the court and the and everything that has happened, don't you think the defense have done it enough to prove doubts in every evidence that has been brought before court? Give me your answer in the comment section below. Till the next video, good people, please take care.